Everyone is known for something. Some people are known for their brains. Some people are known for their loyalty or strength of character. Some people are known for what they do for others or the advancements that they make in a certain field. And some people are known for their beauty. This can be a very bad thing. My name is Brienne, and I'm the host and creator of Among the Dirt and Trees, a show where we explore true crime cases that occur out in nature. In today's episode, we're going to discuss the 1841 death of Mary Rogers, a young woman who inspired several prominent writers, including Edgar Allan Poe. This is a story that combines so many of my interests, I honestly can't believe that I didn't know about it. As I'm sure some of you noticed, there was no episode this Monday. There was no warning, no messages on social media. During this last week, I had a full wedding weekend backed into a birthday celebration, and I have basically spent a full week running around like I was being chased by an axe murderer. So, I apologize for the delay, but there was simply not enough time, energy, or caffeine in the world. I think that a lot of us imagine what it would be like to have some kind of notoriety. And while this used to be casually true, I think this feeling is a lot stronger in modern times than it ever was before. I don't know if you've seen the statistics on younger generations and their die-hard desire for fame, but nowadays, a lot of people dream of going viral. I think that there are a lot of people who are actively trying to be Mary Rogers in today's world, so here is a story that comes with a word of caution. Mary Rogers was, by all accounts, an exceptionally beautiful young woman. After the passing of her father, she joined the workforce and started working at a local tobacco shop. This would be the start to her local claim to fame. Mary Rogers enchanted the customers, and the reports say that men basically used to just linger around the store to catch a glimpse of her, or to have a reason to spend time with her. If that makes you feel a little creeped out, you'll probably be glad to know that she was actually aggressively compensated for this. The owner of the shop paid her a really great wage because she brought so much traffic to the cigar store. Mary was commonly referred to as the beautiful cigar girl. And the flattery didn't end there. In her years of working at the cigar store, she became immortalized in several ways. Local writers were obsessed with her. And these were some pretty significant writers, like Washington Irving. They wrote poems about her beauty, and this wasn't today's world, so this wasn't just a poem scrawled out in some random guy's notebook. These were printed in the local newspaper. And then, one day, she disappeared. Mary Rogers vanished and left a fairly concerning suicide note behind. Her mother was hysterical, and the newspaper started printing articles about her disappearance. So, you can imagine everyone's surprise when she showed up for work one day. The first time she disappeared, she actually did make it back, claiming that she was off with family. Some rumors say that she ran off with a naval officer. Once again, the beautiful cigar girl was at work and all was right in the world. At least until she disappeared again. The only problem was that no one really knew that she disappeared. See, Mary said that she was going to go visit some relatives. A few days later, they found her body floating in the Hudson River. Before anyone really knew that she was even gone, she was dead. There are a few common theories about Mary's death. The most commonly shared theory was that Mary was killed by a local gang of criminals. People believe that she was abducted and killed by some terrible and mysterious group of men. As far as I can tell, this theory almost seems less about Mary and more about people being dissatisfied with growing violence and a lack of police response in the area. Not to say that it didn't happen, but a lot of the time when the theory is some random person did this, we often see it turn on those closest to the victim. The other prominent theory was definitely more scandalous. Claims were made that Mary died during a failed abortion attempt. At the time of her death, she was engaged, but not married. Claiming that she was pregnant was a pretty big deal, but some did even try to confess that this was the truth later on. It was believed that after the failed abortion, they dumped her body in the river to cover up the evidence, since those kinds of practices were not exactly legal at the time. There's also the theory that her then fiancé was somehow involved. After her death, he overdosed and killed himself where she was found. Some believe that a guilty conscience might have been involved here. And then, of course, there is the theory that one of her fanatic and obsessive customers saw her leaving town and decided to attack her. So, here is your friendly reminder that beauty can be as much of a curse as it is a blessing. But it can also help you to be remembered, and not just by casual poems from writers. After Mary's murder, Edgar Allan Poe not-so-subtly wrote The Mystery of Marie Roget, a story which was basically just the exact story but with slight fictional changes, like making Marie work in a perfume shop instead of a cigar shop. It was released in the newspaper as a series, and Poe even made changes to the story along the way to match new information as it was being released about the case in real time. In the end, he released a new and updated version that had all of the new information written in from start to finish like it was there all along. I will admit that I was a little surprised by how bold all this is, but at the same time, not really surprised. Famous writers throughout history have always been fairly shameless when it comes to the written word. But it did get him a fair amount of notoriety because he struck while the iron was hot as the case was unfolding. Funny enough, a lot of people said that it wasn't even a good story. To this day, no one knows what truly happened to Mary Rogers. So, if you would like to discuss writing poetry about random workers in your town, the importance of timing when releasing a story to the public, or ways to end up in a book that don't include dying, feel free to contact me on Twitter or Instagram using the tag @datpod. Thanks, guys.